Americans, Jericho Green here with you again. Another late night edition. And tell your ear holder, ugh. Never mind, don't tell it anything. It's already over. Check this out. Got my Soul Glow sweatshirt on. I didn't even plan it that way. But I got some 80s related things to talk about. Don't worry, I'll make it quick. But side note, tonight I was watching Big Trouble in Little China. That's where Nancy Pelosi got her name from, David Lopan, her namesake. But there's a scene in the beginning where the main character, Jack Burton, is at the airport with his homeboy to pick up his girl. And they're standing there right by where everybody, disembarks from the aircraft. You remember that shit? Remember back in the day when you could park your car right outside the airport, walk right in, high-five the TSA, and go straight to the gate? You're right there. None of this baggage claim bullshit. We used to be able to stand right there, smoking a cigarette, drinking a can of Pepsi with real sugar, and a fucking Big Mac inside of a styrofoam box. I was nostalgic, man. I was like, man, that used to be the shit. I remember watching that movie for the first time at my daughter's age. She's the age I was back then. That shit was crazy, man. I miss the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, maybe you haven't heard about this fucking dummy, Leslie Jones, who was a star of that failed steaming pile of horse shit known as the latest Ghostbusters movie, the reboot they did with the all-female cast. With all those so-called comedians, how come that shit wasn't funny? And the only reason I watched it is because we happen to have HBO free for 3 months on some promotion. We probably had to call and threaten to cancel our service. And we had HBO for free. It was on there. I watched it, and holy shit, that was one of the worst things I've ever fucking seen. Now, my guilty pleasure is bad movies. I love a bad movie, but I did not love that one. There were too many SJW overtones. There's too many of that new PC horseshit. Men are women, women are men. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. All that horse shit. So I didn't like it for that reason. But you talk about a bad movie. The other night, I watched Wild Wild West with Will Smith. That was terrible. It was so terrible, it was good. I saw the first G.I. Joe movie. That was a bunch of shit. All my military folks out there, you know all the discrepancies with that movie. And what was it? The worst one? Oh, Full Clip, starring Busta Rhymes and Exhibit. Holy fuck. You want to see a movie so bad, top to bottom, front to back, inside and out? I think that the entire budget for that movie was $175, including craft services. But anyway, Leslie Jones is mad. She took to Twitter. That's a term now, took to Twitter. She took to Twitter and expressed her dislike for the new Ghostbusters movie coming out. And this is part 3. Because, you have the first one, the second one with Vigo. And that was one of the rare instances where the first and second movie were both good. So they're coming out with a part 3. And imagine this, clutch your pearls, they have the audacity to go back to the all-male cast. I know. And even more so, even more misogynistic, patriarchy. In the originals, the woman was the secretary. Fuck, I know. Why didn't they give her a proton pack? Why did they let her hop in the converted hearse and ride around town killing the supernatural? I know. Pick me, Jericho. All right, go ahead. Maybe because women don't run toward that shit. Maybe because women, I know, sit down. This is gonna fuck your head up. Maybe women are a little more scared than men when it comes to shit like that. Now look, I don't mean to throw my wife under the bus, honey. You know I love you. But there is no fucking way that my wife is going anywhere near a building or structure that could potentially, maybe, possibly, I heard it might have ghosts in it. It ain't happening. If somebody told my wife, you either go in that house full of ghosts and kill them, or you leave your husband, I guess I'll just be left. Me and the kids, sitting on my suitcase on the sidewalk. Mama's gone. And what the fuck is wrong with that? Why are you doing... Now, of course, there's a certain level of fantasy and, not real, not reality to these movies. It's about ghosts and goblins and all that shit. I get it. But there's no fucking way women are doing that. There might be a few. There's somebody watching this right now. What are you talking about, Jericho? I used to skin hogs and shoot deer in the face with my paw. Well, believe me, you are the exception and not the rule. It just doesn't happen that way. She's mad talking about, oh, you don't fucking see us. This is something Trump would do. There we go. There we go. The bookends. LA and New York. You elitists, you actors and actresses, you Hollywood perverts cannot get enough of Trump. What do his nuts taste like? Because they're always in your mouth. Get off the man's nuts. The TDS knows no bounds. What the fuck does Trump have to do with the remake or the continuation of the Ghostbusters series? Nothing. What, he would have had no women in there? Let's go back to all men. Because in all man world, that would be fun, huh? Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. He obviously must love women. He's been married like 3 times. The director of the CIA is a woman. Crickets. I used to have a homeboy in the Navy. We called him Cricket because he could make that cricket sound. I wish I could because I would have done it right there. Yeah, there goes the fat hole in your argument that Trump doesn't like women. And why do you have to throw him in there? Because nobody would have gave a shit about your stupid ass tweet unless you put his name in there. Now, I don't know if you ever seen Leslie Jones. Go ahead and Google her. Holy shit. She was born at the top, the canopy of the ugly tree. She fell down and hit every single branch about 6 times. Her face is all the way fucked up. But Jericho, how can you say that? You're fat. Look at your teeth. Man, fuck you. I don't care if I headbutted a fucking bus. I would look half as bad as that fucking woman. And I wouldn't even talk about how ugly she is, but when you open up your mouth and let some stupid shit spill out of it like that, you open yourself up to that kind of criticism. I was like, wait a minute, Ernie Hudson, he came back? I thought it was an all-women... Oh, shit, that's not Ernie Hudson. Damn. What the fuck, man? It knows no bounds. Hollywood, stop. Have an original fucking thought and make a movie out of it. The Ghostbusters blueprint was already made for you. Get 3 dudes, have them kill some ghosts, the end. Let's go home. But no, we had to get the ladies and all-female cast. We'll show you, Trump. We'll show you patriarchy. We'll show you toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. We'll show you. Yeah, you showed us. You showed us how to make a shitty movie and get paid a lot of money for it. Leslie Jones, please sit your ugly 6'8" ass the fuck down. Disable your Twitter. Destroy your phone. Now, like I said in the beginning, y'all, it's late night. I'm tired. I need to go night-night. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please follow your boy on the Twitters at @Green_Jericho. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.